YouTube demanding ID verification for YouTube users in the name of child safety? Tell me your thoughts down below, guys.
YouTube is over! I'm not submitting my ID. It's not gonna happen. I just started my YouTube journey. What the hell am I supposed to do? Don't submit your ID to any of these platforms, bro. But I mean, I guess check out my YouTube while I still have it.
This is why social media companies are demanding to see people's IDs to verify their age. While this is concerning, there's a lot of context, but also facts that are being left out of this conversation, and a lot of people are unfortunately fear-mongering. I'm going to give you the facts, the context, but also answer any questions that you may have. Firstly, why is this happening? Well, once you zoom out to the international perspective, you quickly see that France, the UK, Australia, and a few other countries have been working on implementing laws specifically for the protection of children online. They're currently dealing with the Online Safety Act. While this act is supposed to protect children and adults online, it includes search engines, social media sites, places where you go to listen to music, and if the user could potentially be exposed to material that they should not be seeing at a specific age, platforms and providers now have duties against protecting them against it. Now, how does that transfer to American users now being required to show their ID, to listen to music, and watch YouTube videos? Also, should we be concerned that companies like Google, Meta, are using our face data to train AI to see if we're lying about our age online? Well, when it comes to the Online Safety Act, this actually implicates full platforms, especially if they have a very large base of UK users. When it comes to the question of is this a risk to our safety and our privacy, we really do have to talk about the lack of national comprehensive legislation when it comes to children's data, our data. Like for one, we have COPPA, which is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. But because so many of these tech giants are being sued for allegedly mishandling children's data, not protecting them adequately online, we're currently seeing a legislative push to protect the kids online. This means things like KOSA, Kids Online Safety Act, which does come with many risks. However, one massive detail a lot of people are forgetting is the fact that the platforms in the United States that are requiring verification and showing your ID. When it comes to demanding a picture of your ID, there are other options such as providing a credit card as well as just a digital selfie. Now, are those both adequate ways of determining your age? It's questionable. And do I like the idea of having to provide private information to a third party that may mismanage that data or use my data for nefarious means? No, I don't like this in general. It's definitely valid to be concerned about your safety and your privacy, especially with how these companies have been treating our data. And add on top of that, our data is being used to train AI. There's a lot of mistrust in this discussion. If you have any questions or need me to cover something that I didn't touch in this video, please let me know and sound off in the comments below. And make sure to follow for more breakdowns on this exact topic because it's only getting more complicated the farther we get into it.
YouTube will use AI to determine if people are 18 and they have to upload their ID.
What happened?
YouTube's AI will review the kind of videos you watch, the categories you watch, and how long your account has been active to determine your age. YouTube says that you're a child and you have to upload your driver's license to prove you're an adult. You can also...
This sounds like one big data collection scheme.
I wasn't finished! They said if you don't have a driver's license, you can upload a credit card or a selfie. However, people hate this, and they're threatening to delete social media because they're saying social media apps will soon follow suit. Meaning you can expect other websites to do this as well.
What happened to being anonymous on the internet?
YouTube says they want to do ID checks to protect children. This way they can make sure children aren't watching content they shouldn't see and can assure adults are being responsible with their searches.
If we cared about protecting kids so much, these billionaires would be advocating for the release of the Epstein files.
That's not the same thing. But Australia has already banned YouTube as a whole for anyone under 16. The UK already requires age checks across all social networks.
They already have age checks in order. Plus, if I pay my ISP through my credit card, my ISP knows who I am. I don't need individual sites tracking who I am and what I'm doing.
Here's the good news. While the US hasn't federally implemented this, saying it's on the way because it started with adult sites, but now it's made its way to YouTube and social media. People are now threatening to delete social media and get off the internet forever.
I am absolutely not okay with that.
It's too late. The government is always watching 2021. You better pray your account doesn't get hacked.
YouTube will start asking for ID in the US starting August 13. I've always said to chat, why don't they just standardize identification? What if you had like something on your phone? It's like one QR code. It uses like a third-party link to some, privacy. You live in La La Land. You think you're private on the internet, buddy? Like, you're cringe. We've lost that like 2 decades ago. Who are you talking to? It's the illusion of privacy that makes you think you have it and you're like, oh my god, privacy this, privacy that. Bro, we lost that. We need to move on.
Platforms like YouTube and Spotify are about to ask for your government-mandated ID so that you can use the platform. And I have to break this down for people like their children because for some reason they don't understand. People are arguing saying, oh, well, what's the big deal? They already have my information. You don't get it. When you give someone your information, any platform or company, that is never secure. As much as they like to tote security, it is not secure. What you are doing is giving them further information that they probably don't have because it's your driver's license. And then, to top that off, you're opening the line to anyone else who knows how to do a decent hack to get your information. And I'm talking about regular people. What about foreign governments? I think you guys aren't really thinking about this. The reason why it's so bad is that regardless if they have your information, you are allowing them to start a police state. Not only are you normalizing this behavior and activity, but you are actively agreeing with it and signing us all into a future that will police everything you say and do and end anonymity and kill the internet. You guys like to talk about how scary it is in China and about social credit scores and shit. China is way better off than we are. I think you guys are becoming the lie that America totes about other countries. You are falling into the propaganda. It is a bad thing. There are other ways to verify someone's age. And when you condition people to just give up their information and give things up and condition them into being complacent, more things will start to happen. This is just the tip of the fucking iceberg. And keep in mind that they will tote that this is for your protection, and in reality, it's just a major data mining event. And it's a fucking field day for anyone who knows how to somewhat operate a fucking computer.
On today's episode of things that absolutely no one asked for, YouTube and Spotify are going to require your license and maybe credit card for age verification, because in America, anyone can get a pew pew, but not a YouTube. On August 13th, YouTube is going to start requiring your ID to verify that you're actually over 18. Spotify has already rolled this out across the UK. What does this mean for us, small business owners, entrepreneurs, and creators that are simply trying to monetize? Another amazing roadblock has been thrown in our way on the path of making money. If you read the actual online discourse, our viewers who actually watch our videos on YouTube and then stream our music on Spotify, which is how we get paid as creators and business owners, 7 out of 10 of them have already said that they would rather delete the app and social media altogether before they actually upload their ID and allow the data farming to continue. And I can't really say that I blame them. It's different for us as creators who actually get taxed on our monetization earnings. So what are we going to do if all of our viewers start boycotting YouTube as early as next week? Like this video and follow along. I'm going to be working on some sales strategies for my fellow entrepreneurs and creators to make sure that we can still get our content out there to our customers and still be compensated for it.
The open internet in the West is dying, and they're killing it with the excuse of protecting children. In the UK, they're rolling out a law requiring you to show government ID to access certain websites. YouTube in the United States will launch a system in a few weeks that uses AI to guess age. If it flags you, you gotta upload your ID to prove you're old enough, just to watch a video. In Australia, they're banning kids under the age of 16 from using a YouTube account. Social media too. Platforms that don't comply face millions in fines. But here's what they're not telling you. Once your real ID is connected to your online life, everything you do and believe in is traceable. What you watch, what you say, what causes you support, your politics, your music, even your protests. They say it's about child safety, but we're already seeing pro-Palestinian content be censored in the UK. Now the United Kingdom is even discussing banning VPNs altogether. This is not a slippery slope. We are already sliding. If they need your ID for Spotify, what's next? Reddit? News? Forums? That's not safety. That is surveillance. This is how the mass surveillance state intensifies. Quietly, softly, wrapped in concern, but it ends with a tracked, silent, censored internet. Americans, we gotta call it out. Speak up, protest, march, organize, before we wake up and realize freedom of speech online is just a memory. They are counting on you to stay quiet. Please do not.
Starting August 13th, people in the US are going to have to submit their ID to watch YouTube. Mark my words, being anonymous online is coming to an end. In the near future, if you want to fully access the internet, you'll need to fully identify who you are behind the screen. It sounds dystopian now, but it's where we're headed.
There has been a lot of chatter on TikTok, on the internet, about how apps like YouTube and Spotify are going to start requiring that their users upload a picture of their government-issued ID in order to continue using them services. Now, the reason they're giving is for age verification, of course.
Let's talk about this ID verification that Spotify and YouTube wants to start start using it. I'm gonna say it just like this. All of this is just to track your data, track who you talk to, what you talk about, your affiliations, where you stand on certain topics and things like that. It's not for the smoke screen of we want to protect the children, because easily there are multiple things you could do. You could easily put as barriers to keep children from seeing type of information that they have no business to be seeing in the first place. Plus, YouTube already used to do this before. Like when you set up your YouTube account to watch YouTube, they used to ask you to verify your age and whatnot. And based off of that, a lot of stuff was already filtered away from you. You know what I'm saying? They've been super lax on that, and this is why they're trying to come up with this. Spotify, I don't even understand why Spotify is choosing to do this. You guys make no money. As a business model, as a record label, as everything, you guys make no money. You guys are barely holding on to strings and duct tapes around the this industry. For you to come now to say, yeah, you need to do an ID verification if you want to use this platform. Okay, cool. I'll never use the platform again. Same thing with YouTube. If YouTube and Spotify really chooses to do this, I barely use YouTube now, and I don't even use Spotify like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So now, you done remove me as a customer because I'm not giving you my government issue ID to verify my identity, verify my age. No. You know what I'm saying? You might ask me my birthday and I'll give you a number that's close to it, but I'm never going to give you my government issue ID for what? For what? So y'all can collect a database so y'all can improve your targeting promotionary device? No. So you go sell it to a data broker so y'all guys can know how to pinpoint your advertisement? No, I'm not doing that. If that's what y'all want to do, you're gonna push people away from using your own apps and situations, and that's just what it is at the end of the day. Y'all not that good for us to really stay that long. Like, share, comment, check the box.